Hey, Hacking Self Stories listeners, hello, welcome. So this is a quick episode. I just want to give you, just go through something that I've learned, and I believe that it can be helpful to other people. And that's that we've got, by making informed decisions, we've got to objectively look at the data. If we don't, if we just go on emotion alone and outside noise, we and you and I will make mistakes. I've got two examples of this. So example number one is one of my team, James, rang me up one day and said, Dean, do you know what? I'm a bit worried about Beverly because Beverly seems to be losing so much square foot. And if it'll go down to, I don't know, say 78% or something like that once everybody moves out. And I don't think we're getting many move-ins. And I'm just a little bit worried by this. I think that we should discount right now to make sure that we are always above 85% and get new customers in. Okay, so I said, James, hold your horses, right? I get your point, but I need to make any decision. I want some data to back this up. I don't just want to jump into a decision and say, yeah, do you know what? I agree with you. Let's discount the prices, because I don't think that's helpful for you. I don't think it's helpful for me. I don't think it's good for it's definitely good for the customers if we do that. But ultimately, we need to take emotion away from a decision, and we need to be led by the data. And so what I asked him to do was go back and have a look at how much square foot has moved in this month for the past 12 months. Look at the data, how much square foot has moved in this month, and every other month for the last 12. How much square foot has moved out in every month? And it was incredible. The data showed that the last 3 months we have, and this was very recent as well, so last 3 months we had the most move-ins that we've ever had. Most move-ins we've ever had. Last 3 months, in terms of square footage moved in, because don't forget, we don't have a lot of data on Beverly, because Beverly just works. And yes, I know that ultimately we don't need to. We don't need to. We're always 90% full, so we don't keep a club. We're a bit loose, if you like, because it just earns money. It just makes money. It's fantastic. And there's not a lot of move-ins, not a lot of move-outs, and it's always stable. And so without digging down, we can get the data, but we don't have any weekly reports fired off to me. And so without them weekly reports, it's difficult to make a decision. So I asked him for that information. I also asked him for the take-ins, because I knew this last, I think it was October just gone, we had the best revenue month we've ever had. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a lagging indicator. A lagging indicator means it's like a tail. So the tail starts wagging here, and then it finally gets to the end. So the end of a tail is a lagging tail, if you like. And so the impact of certain things will eventually come out in the revenue. So the results for the previous months have now started to come out in the revenue that we've taken. And there's many really reasons why that, because at the minute we're doing 8 weeks half price, etc., and 4 weeks half price. So therefore, the revenue, it's the revenue is the revenue because of previous week's results. And so, yes, I know that it's a lagging indicator, which means that it will automatically show up in the revenue if we've lost a lot of customers that month, because it's, again, a lagging indicator. It's more likely to show up in previous months. However, it's still an indicator. It's a lagging indicator, but it's still an indicator. And so we have seen there that this lagging indicator is showing that things are going well. Things are going really, really well, because we took the most we've ever taken in the 11 and 12 years we've been open. It's the highest revenue of any month ever, and it's in October. So that is a big tick. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a small question mark because it's a lagging indicator, and so it still doesn't mean that we can make all the decisions just based on that. However, it's a big green light. It's a big tick for us. And so then we wanted to look at square foot moved in, square foot moved out, and that criteria, that information, that data showed us that we was getting the square foot moved in was doing really, really well. But the problem wasn't the square foot moved in, because again, like I say, record-breaking quarter. It was a move out. So we've had extremely high move outs. Now, what we want to do is have a look at the reason why people have moved out. Is it, have they moved out because we've increased the prices? Have they moved out just because of the situation and circumstance have come to the end of their cycle where they don't need self-storage anymore? But we need to know that data. But in all intents and purposes, but us saying that we're going to discount prices was incorrect, because yes, we was losing square foot. It wasn't because we wasn't converting. Our conversions were very, very high. The results were very, very good in terms of square foot moved in. It was the move out that was affecting us. Now, in most situations, you can't affect the move outs. The move outs are the move outs, and we can't do a lot to affect them unless we've really gone overboard with our revenue management, and then obviously we can lose customers. Or is it a state of the economy? Are people worried about the economic climate? And so I compared that our churn rate from Beverley to Willoughby, have we got more churn recently at Willoughby? Because obviously Willoughby, we've got over 500 units. At Beverley, we've only got like 90. And it showed that Willoughby's churn rate in October was one of the lowest it's been for some time. It was only 12%. Only 12%. I know that's incredibly high for some people, but we're not a mature site yet. And so my takeaway there is that it's not the economy, because if it was the economy, it wouldn't just be at Beverley. It wouldn't just be Beverley's economy. Beverley's very affluent, by the way. It would be showing it in Hull as well. And it's not. So I just feel like, unfortunately, for whatever reason, it's just been part and parcel of it. It's been the time of the year. We've been having a lot of move outs. But it's nothing to do with the price. It's nothing to do with the prices that we had on the board. So if we didn't use that data, I would have said, yes, we are losing square footage. So the automatic response is to think, right, we'll lower prices, we'll do an offer, we'll do that. But it's not always the right thing to do. And straight away, as soon as I said, no, we can't change prices because look, data is showing something different. Then we had an incredibly fruitful week where we had 200 square foot moved in one day, which for Beverley is quite a lot. And it was shown to be, at the minute, the correct thing to do. That is why I always think that you need to let the data show you the decision. Now, example number 2, I'm going to pause for 1 second. I'm back. And so I've got to go in a minute because I've got a physio appointment on my back. Right, example number 2 is basically my new site. The outside noise tells you that don't be expanding right now, be fearful, the economic climate's changing, the cost of living is going up, people can't afford stuff. But the data shows for self-storage that we're doing incredibly well. I spoke to so many different people, and everybody I spoke to has had positive results recently and doing very, very well. And so my thoughts and feelings are just be very, very careful to what you listen to about your outside noise. Look at your data, analyze your data, make sure you make your decisions based on your data. And you've got to be objective, of course, and you can't be emotional with a decision, because you might listen to other things externally and they'll subconsciously change how you feel about something. But always go back to first principles and your data. And then when you go back to first principles and your data, then you can make a more informed decision. By the way, I've done a podcast on motivated entrepreneurs on my daily podcast. What I talk about decision making and how I make decisions, and it's about sitting with a decision both sides. So you'll sit with a decision if you say yes, and sit with a decision if you say no, and you do that for maybe a day or however long a period of time, and you will have an emotional connection to each outcome, and then you'll have bigger clarity, basically. Anyway, guys, girls, that's my thoughts for making decisions and using data. I hope it's been useful, and I'll see you. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. No, Monday, not tomorrow. That's Saturday. Bloody hell, no. Right, see you soon. Love you. Bye.